Hello, this is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I'd like to talk about the idea that we are always manifesting. So there's a lot of erroneous material going around about the idea that we have to raise our vibration to manifest the things that we want. And this simply is not true. Everything that you are experiencing in your world right now is your manifestation. This is so easy to test that when you finally realize this, you're going to understand that you don't have to be happy all the time. You don't have to be excited all the time. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is that you imagine the thing that you want and feel the feeling as if you already have it. That's it, period. And even with that said, all things that enter into our consciousness are then accepted by the subconscious mind and then manifested in this world. All of our days are very similar to the last because yesterday's events, anything in it is constantly being impressed on the subconscious mind. So each day is very similar to the next. So with that said, all things exist in this world because we allow them to become impressed on our subconscious mind. And when we start to observe our thoughts and then we observe the outer world, we can then make the connection between the thought and the manifestation. So I get a lot of messages from people talking about how they are unable to manifest anything. They're not seeing any results at all. And this just simply is not true. If you simply change your thoughts and remain in a changed way of thinking, like imagining anything different for that matter, then all you have to do is keep your eyes open because it will enter into your world and it won't take that long to do so. If you don't see yourself manifesting, it's because you're not observing your thoughts, or it's because you're not observing the reality on the outside. I know for me, I used to be very consumed with my thinking, and that doesn't mean observing my thoughts. That means literally constantly thinking, worrying, and full of fear. And what that would do is blind me to the world of the outside, right? I couldn't tell what people were generally thinking. I was just always thinking about myself. And the problem with that when it comes to manifesting is that if we're only always thinking of ourselves, then we're not observing our thoughts and we're not observing the outside. And so there's the tip for you. Be observant of the things that you're thinking at all times, right? For me, I just have a constant awareness of the things that I'm thinking. At first, it is tiring, right? Like, it's annoying to constantly watch the thoughts. But eventually it just becomes automatic. It's almost as if I have like a built-in observer that is always looking at the things that I'm thinking. And if something negative comes into my mind, I'm constantly correcting it. And like I said, after a while, this happens so automatic that I don't think about it. It doesn't stress me out. It's just always happening. And this is what is necessary if we want to reach new heights in our manifestations, right? And in that same token, the outer world is something that we should be observing too. If we're always constantly consumed in our own thoughts, then we're unaware of the things that are happening around us. Like people who always seem preoccupied. When you say something to them, they always say, huh? Right? They're not really listening because they're only thinking about something else. And this is like, to an extent, this is all of us, right? Like, especially before we start practicing and training our mind to be observant, to a degree we are self-consumed. And this doesn't necessarily mean in a selfish way or a bad way. It's just the way that we are, right? People go their whole lives this way and they live, good lives. But if we want to start to control and modify the events that happen on the outside to manifest the things that we want, then we're going to have to make a shift and become constantly observant of our thoughts. And this is possible. So, like, I was the most self-consumed I had so much fear, self-centeredness, and like I said, not in like a bad way, not like I wasn't harming people, nothing like that, but I was just always lost in thought. And the thing is like I was always manifesting, always have been. When I look back now, I can see the things that I was thinking and how they led to where I am today. Um, and like just for an example, right? The way in which I'm observant of my thoughts allows me now to see my manifestations in this world. Because first will come the thought, and then will come the manifestation. So, like today, I did a quick a blog post, and I wrote about how I saw at least 13 manifestations today, right? But when I say manifestations, I mean signs, miracles, synchronicities, premonitions, and manifestations all wrapped into that category. And it happened all throughout the day. And there were more, but I just did not keep track of them. And so it's like, I would never have been aware that these manifestations were unfolding if I was not aware of my thoughts and if I was not aware of the reality, right? And I'm not talking about judging and searching either, just being observant and training my mind to look, right? Just to look and not constantly fixed in the future, not constantly fixed in the past. It's being present, right? And with being present comes peace, because we're not worried, right? Now, I do have my time where I imagine, like, my mind goes like this. If ever something comes up that I desire, I immediately go to the end. I never worry anymore. I never think of how this is going to happen. My mind is trained through practice and repetition over the years to always automatically go to the end. Now, I'm not perfect. There's some things, like things that are deeply embedded in me, that have been there since before I knew about like these teachings and how to manifest. When those things come up, sometimes I don't automatically go to the end because my mind has already been trained since before that. But the instant that I become aware that I'm doing something like that I'm not living in the end, then I have the opportunity from then forward to always be observant instead of assuming the how, or always going to the end instead of thinking of how this isn't going to work, right? So what I'm trying to say is this, right? Everything that exists today, everything that came into your awareness today, you have conceived or thought of yesterday or last night or earlier today or the day before or the days before, right? Given the fact that all of this is manifested, everything, including the place I can literally, most of the things in my life now, I can literally pinpoint the thought or the imaginal act that manifested everything in my life. My job, the place that I live, this computer even, everything, my friendships, everything. I can go back and examine my thought from whence it was impressed on the subconscious mind. And so with that said, right, being that every day, like each day only remains the same because I allow it to be the same, right? Knowing what I know now, if I want to experience different things in my life, all I have to do is spend a little bit of time imagining something different, right? The relationships that I have with people, the things that they say to me, they generally remain the same because I don't change them. I just allow them to come into my mind and I don't battle or change it, right? If I want to change it, I do. But with that said, these things are not permanent, right? Like tomorrow I will experience a day very similar to today. And probably a couple weeks from now, things will be quite similar too. But but what I'm trying to say is like today is not an indication generally of like a month from now or a year from now, but it's each day that passes. Like yesterday will have a better indication of how today is going to be than a month ago, right? Because each day we have the opportunity to change our thoughts and to insert new imaginal acts and revise different character traits of ourselves or change our assumptions of ourselves. And when we do that, this will be the proof for you. If you change your thoughts today, you will see the manifestation tomorrow or the next day. I can guarantee you, if you really thoroughly change the things that you allow entering into your mind today, then you will see the manifest. If you are aware and observant, you will see the manifestations in the days to come. Like, no question. That's how it works. I've proven this, and I've proven it to many people. There's never been a variation. This is the way things work. And if you want to prove that you're manifesting everything in your life, all things, your current state of affairs, what you're experiencing in your day-to-day life, which I highly recommend you prove, because once you prove this, then you can go in and have faith that your imagination is creating your reality. And when you have faith that your imagination is creating reality, you can then purposefully and explicitly go into your imagination and alter your thoughts so that you can alter tomorrow, right? So anyway, like I said, like today, 13 at least manifestations based on my thoughts of yesterday and today. Like today, the idea of the haircut came into my head because I'm looking kind of shaggy here. And 3 people today mentioned haircuts, right? My sister was at a barber shop with my brother, right? My coworker said it and my boss said it, right? Why? Like, it just proved, it's because I'm aware that I can notice these things, right? It's when you become more aware and start to control and manage your thoughts, like you direct them, they become more crisp and solid and firm, and you're allowing them and knowing that they're manifesting the things in your future as well, right? So clarity of thought also comes from this observing of the mind, right? It's just observing of the mind and then doing little experiments like changing something and then being observing of the awareness around us, the physical reality, the experience, the 3D, the shadow, being observant of that and the thoughts, and then modifying them experimentally. You cannot not prove this, right? Because this is just the way that things work. So test it. Do imaginal acts. Imagine what you want to experience in your world, right? Don't imagine how. Don't imagine anything in between. Imagine the actual event that you desire to experience. Do you want a promotion? Do you want a vacation? Do you want to be reached out by an old friend? Do you just want a cup of coffee? Whatever it is, imagine that you have already received it in your imagination. Feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled as much as possible. Don't stress about it. Just feel the feeling. Maybe even just have a conversation with someone in your mind about something. Or write it down on a piece of paper, what you want someone to say or what you want to experience, right? Because even the act of writing is a directed thought. An inner conversation is a directed thought. All these are directed thoughts that they're changing the general pattern of your mind, and then you will experience a shift in your reality. There's nothing else to it, right? There's no vibration that you have to raise to manifest. You're always, always, always manifesting, right? So test it. Please, prove me wrong. I would love if you prove me wrong, because it's impossible. It's impossible. This isn't speculation. This isn't theory. This is something that I've been proving for years and helping other people prove to themselves. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please scroll down, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, go to the website sovereignmind.com, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much. Have a great day.